Redirecting. All right. I think, in fact, I know we are live. I said redirecting. That's so funny. Was that my text that said that? Okay, now I need to turn that off so there's no echo. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I need to turn my video on. Hello. All right. It's been a couple weeks. We had one heck of a crazy week last week. So I'm so excited to be back again with my weekly show with you here today, which is Wednesday. And so if you are just joining, I want to welcome you. Tonight, we are going to be talking about your formula. What's your formula? So if you were spending any time with us last month, like the whole entire month, you're like so sick and tired of me talking about what's your master plan, right? What's your plan? Did you make a plan? Do you know what you're doing? All those things. So what's super, super cool is now we're going to talk about the stuff that's inside of that plan, the really good, juicy stuff that I love, and that makes what we do so much fun and so much more worthwhile. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want to make sure that all is good. If you are watching live, drop a 1 in the comments. If you are watching the replay, hashtag replay. I am about to share. Let's see. Sharing my screen. I keep pushing the wrong button. Zoom just updated. Well, they just updated for me today. I don't know about y'all, but if you guys use Zoom and you just got an update, give me some hearts. Okay, let's see. Or some thumbs ups. Some thumbs ups. All right. What am I trying to? This is what I want to share with y'all right now. So are you ready? All right. So here we go. And I'm going to move this over here so I can see what I'm doing. What is your formula? I am so excited to be sharing this with you today. And this is a weekly show that we do every single week where I share with you some tips and tricks on how to grow your business, how to make your moves, which I love doing, making moves, taking action on your dreams, taking action on the things that you've been working so hard to do. And so tonight we are talking about your formula, and we're going to dive right in. My name's Michelle, and I am a business strategist and a life coach who is super, super passionate about helping online entrepreneurs find their way in the online world, to break through the overwhelming confusion about what to do next, to find their next step, and to really get to the doing in their business so that they can start having the impact and the income that they've been dreaming about and that you so deserve, because each and every one of us deserves to make our mark and live out our purpose and get paid very well to do it. I believe it. Can I get a what? And so let's hope that these slides work really well. All right. So, okay, now we're back. Welcome. And so if you noticed, I like pink. So you're going to see a little pink during this presentation. And so I love it. And so I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. We're going to talk about your formula. We're going to talk about how to create what you've been working so hard to do and sharing your offer with the world. And so what is your personal formula? And it involves two things. Number one, your transformation. Okay. And number two, your formula for success. So there's actually two parts to having your own personal formula or a formula to get things done, to grow your business, to create the magic that you're looking to create. So if you're just hopping on, I'd love for you to let us know where you're watching from and drop a 1 if you're live and hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And I'm so excited that you're here with us tonight. So many good things I want to share tonight and some exciting news at the end too. But right now we're talking about your personal formula, your transformation, and your formula for success. And how do we do that? Because a lot of times, like I was talking about last month, we get started without a plan. We don't know what we're doing. And then once we create one, what do we do next? Well, this is it. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. And so let's first of all talk about what your transformation formula entails. Okay, so that little part snuck up before I pressed the button. This is the word that sometimes makes people kind of crazy, and it's know your niche or your niche. I don't know. How do you say it? Let me know. But the first thing that you should do to share what it is that you want to share to the world to help your solution, your transformation, whatever it is to really know your niche. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. We're not going to go too much into detail because honestly, even though you've heard it again and again and again, it is not that hard to do. And it's actually really, really fun when you nail that down to what specifically you want to do. So the next thing is know your audience. I don't know why my thing is moving so fast. It's not supposed to. Maybe I have it on a thing. I don't even know, but that's okay. So know your audience, know your niche, and can you commit and grow once you know what those things are, right? Let's just keep this simple. I'm going to break it down. So your transformation, obviously from point A to B, that's your solution to a problem, a challenge, an idea, whatever your offer is, right? Again, your niche, we want to keep it as refined as possible. So how do we do that? Your audience, who they are, what do they want? Where can they be found? How do they find you? And after you figure that out, can you commit to showing up every single day to be known for that? And can you then also grow with all of the above? And this is so, so key when you're growing and scaling your business. So let's see if it works this time. Your niche. So it's just doing 2 at a time. That's okay. So the following questions are going to help you get to the all-knowing, ever chase down niche, the niche, the niche, the niche that we hear so much about. It's really not as hard as you think to find it. It's actually super simple because really, if you just answer a few questions, it's a place for you to start, a place for you to begin. If you're pivoting, it's a place for you to just kind of dig in and it will grow from there. And so number 1 is what do you know and what want to be known for? So that's part of finding your specific niche. The next thing is how can you help others get from point A to point B or point A to point Z, whatever it is, A to Z. There may be lots of steps in between, but how can you help them do that? Do you have a system or a secret sauce that others need or want? Because sometimes you might think they need it, but they don't want it. So that's what we're going to talk about real quick tonight too. And so let's see what happens if I do it really light. Have you mapped out your transformation formula? So knowing all of that, have you done that? So now we're going to go into audience. The buttons are really, really sensitive right now. So audience. So what is your audience? That's the same thing as your ICA, your ideal customer, right? So what have you accomplished that solves a problem for your current audience, right? So this is a really great way to start thinking about the transformation that you've had. And I'm trying to state a topic because I could really talk forever about that. I could really dig into that because if your audience doesn't need your solution, where can you find your audience that does? Where is that ideal client avatar or that ideal customer that needs what you know, right? Okay, let's see if it goes now. Okay, so the next part is to commit and grow. So can you commit to being known for that, whatever that is, that your transformation, what you do best, what you want to share for the long term? Okay, can you commit to that for the long term? And truly, does it allow you to grow? I don't know what's happening with my slides. It's okay though. You guys can see all the stuff prior. I don't really care. This is super fun. Does it allow you to grow? Does it allow you to flex? Does it allow you to change as your niche changes? Because I'm telling you, it's going to be very organic. It's always extremely organic, right? Especially when you're trying to understand how your transformation can help your audience, right? So does it allow for you to grow 5 years from now? Okay. And we talked about this last month, creating that plan, creating a 30, 60, 90, a 6-month plan. What are you doing in the year? What are you doing 5 years from now? Having that on your radar really and truly helps. And can you see yourself doing this for that long term? And does it allow for change? Okay. Or does it make you feel exhausted and anxious and burnt out? Like, my friends, choose the thing that you love. So when you share what you know, because it changed your life or gave you the solution that you used to stay up all night about, right? So you used to stay up all night thinking about this and then you figured it out. And there's somebody else that needs to hear what you have to share. So you have a duty to share it. And in the sharing, there should be joy, right? So if not, it's time to reevaluate and find that thing that lights you up. And that's one of my other favorite things to do, but we're not going to do that tonight. We're just going to talk about the steps to getting your formulas down so you can start really creating and growing, right? So let me see what happens if I go like this. Maybe it'll work better. I think that is the secret. I changed the buttons. I was using the space bar. I'm going to use the arrow key now. Okay, so there are always exceptions to the rule because rules, as you know, they're guidelines. I've attempted to follow rules my entire life, but I have always been a rebel. So there's always exceptions to the rule, right? So sometimes you won't know who your ideal customer is or what your audience needs or what they want until you start. Okay, so I'll say this again and again and again. Just begin the process of doing. Start sharing what it is that you want to share with people. Start sharing little bits and pieces of what you accomplished in your solution and what it is that you want to share with them, and just see what kind of reaction you get, right? What does your audience want? That's how you learn. And you kind of, in the way, when you start talking about it and sharing it, like, anywhere on any of your social media, in your groups, on your YouTube, on your Pinterest, wherever you are, you will find out what your audience wants by the response that you get. So decide if you want to be known for that once you start doing it, right? Or if you want to change it up a bit, because nothing is ever changed in stone. Even when you say, okay, this is my niche. For example, my niche is learning how to sew bags and sell them at flea markets, right? Well, if you start doing that and suddenly, that's not my niche, although I do like making bags. That is one of the things I love to do. If that was your niche and you wanted to share the patterns and share how to do it and do videos about it, and suddenly you found yourself like, that's not really what people want, and I'm not getting a really great response, you can always tweak it a little bit, right? So your target audience and your ideal client is almost always changing. So that is the truth. And so even when you start doing this and your transformation starts to appear and you start to understand how you can deliver the results that people want because of something that you already achieved, that's when it gets really, really exciting. Okay. And always I'm one of those that, in this exception, I'm always changing. I'm always growing. I'm always reevaluating. When I find something that really works and that I love, I stick with it for a while. And then if it becomes something that I feel like I need to go elsewhere, then that's what we do, right? You don't want to be tired just imagining about it. You want to be stuck to it like glue. You want to create magic in your business and your life. Okay. And that's what I love. So your formula, AKA your special sauce. Let me just see, did I miss anything here? No, I think that's it. So your special sauce. All right, let's see. We have number one, the how and the what, which I really should have said the what and the how, but that's okay. This is, to be specific, a problem that you have personally solved. This is one of the options that you can do when you're trying to find your secret sauce, your formula, your transformation, right? It's an obstacle that your client or your audience, your ideal client, wants to overcome, right? And in the doing, we're finding that out. It's a skill that you've mastered, okay? It's your expertise from your career or your experience or a personal victory or a result. And we're going to talk for a second a little bit more about this, but like the transformation or the formula that you used to get your results. So you could be good at creating content. Maybe you're really good at writing. Maybe you're really good at being creative and all those things. That comes super natural to you. So they may need your service just for that. Or perhaps someone needs to learn how to write. Maybe they don't know how to do it. Maybe they don't know how to create those awesome sections inside their website. Oh my gosh, this is like taking me forever. I'm working on my website. Who here has ever put their website and you're working with someone and you're just like, oh my gosh, like it just becomes this organic thing. But anyways, so you may be also good at creating freebies or designing websites or helping people. I made a list so that you guys could really just start thinking about this if you don't already know. Because if you're watching, most of the time my ideal client has already started in their business. They may have probably been in their business for at least a year or more. But if you're somebody that's just jumping on and you're just kind of flirting with the idea, we're talking about how to actually get your offer and start creating an online business for yourself with your transformation or your solution, right? So you may be really great at helping people work through limiting beliefs around who they are and what's possible. And you have a system for overcoming that, like we do in the business accelerator, which is super, super exciting. Or you're good at teaching piano and you have a system or a formula to teach someone how to read music or play like a pro, or you're good at making plans for calendars for people to organize their home life. Hello, I need to sign up for that. But on and on and on. There's so many different things that you could do. And let me tell you, people are looking for that thing. Okay. So whatever it is, it's the formula or the thing that you could do with your eyes closed, right? How many of us have stuff that we do and everyone else is looking at us like, how'd you do that? Well, that right there, that could be your thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you struggled with or something that you've overcome. It can be something that comes so naturally to you, but everybody else can't seem to find the answer. Something that you do without even thinking, or someone else has no idea how to do, right? Okay, so teach that. That would be really great. So I'm going to tell a quick little story here, and I want to share something with you about someone who I feel that I have gotten the chance to work with who really follows this type of transformation formula. And I love this about her. I love her light. I love her energy. And I am talking about my sweet friend, Alexandra Zan Telementes. And we call her Zan. She's an amazing, amazing, beautiful woman. And she's a great example who has done all of these things. So she's a full-time working mom. Her kids are actually grown now, but she has 3 daughters. And since having her first child in the way back, as we always call it, she had a hard time with her weight. She struggled with her weight and her health a little bit. So in 2015, she faced a health challenge that pretty much made her realize it was time to get serious with her health. So after a major procedure, she did a ton of research around health and nutrition and mindset, right? And so this procedure had happened because of her health. And so from May 2016 to August 2017, using her own formula, she worked her way from 220 pounds to 160 pounds. Okay, y'all, that is 60 pounds of weight in a year and a half. Amazing, right? And truthfully, I could share with you, she had a hysterectomy, which what happens usually as women, and I know if you're a guy, you're probably like, I don't know, but if you get a procedure like that done, usually what happens is you have a hard time losing weight. You have a hard time, keeping the weight off, or you start to gain weight or whatever it is. But she found a solution. She found a program that helped her lose those 60 pounds. And now she's sharing how she did it in her program and course called Alexand Fit. She's teaching her solution from point A to point Z and a lot of fun along the way on how to build a healthy relationship with food through meal planning. Okay. And as a meal planning coach and a consultant, and I love it. And right now she's teaching her clients how to get the results that she already got. That for her, she did all the research, she did the work, it happened, and now she's helping them get the fast track to having the same results. And so I love that. And now she's even studying to become a nutritionist, which is super awesome. So proud of you. But she took what she knew and the results that she had, created a program out of it, and that is what she's doing to help so many people, right? So you can find her on Instagram at AlexandFit. So go ahead and look her up. She's absolutely amazing. So can you see how that she used that system to create her program? Okay. The problem was that her ideal client has this challenge with food and staying healthy and doing all the things and meal planning all around that because they're busy moms 9 times out of 10. And she is showing them how they can create a life that has organization around food instead of, well, we'll always have a love affair with food, but people are getting results and I love it. But either way, I just had to mention her because she's just the prime example. So here's the other thing I want to say. So I created, because I like diagrams, because I like to see things and see the steps, I actually created a fun diagram. Whether or not you think it's fun is completely up to you, but who likes fun? Okay, either way, hopefully it'll make sense to you or it won't. I don't know. Either way, I had fun creating it. So here it is. And let's just see if the buttons will work. The first thing should be an arrow. Okay, we got the arrow. So when you're mapping out your transformation, because that's what we call it, mapping out your transformation. Okay, bear with me as I go through this, because again, my friends, this is a do it and fix it and do it again slide, right? So anytime we do something, it may be horrible at first, but then you find the good parts of it, you recreate it and you do it again because you know that it's worth it, right? So we'll see if this is worth it. But anyways, the client's problem, their pain, where they are stuck, that's point A, okay? And then they want to get all the way, and they're like, help me, right? So they want to get all the way up to point Z or point B or wherever it is in your particular journey so that they can have your transformation and find your solution, right? And so that's how they want to get up to there. But what you want to do is then communicate that transformation back down to them. And we like to map it out backwards. So you go from where you got your results and you work it backwards. How did you do it? Okay, move the steps backwards, and you're going to outline your formula by doing that. And then you're going to create a course, a program, an ebook, whatever it is, so that you can give people access to that beautiful solution, right? And so that's where your client achieves their dream results. And we love that, right? They're like, oh my gosh, thank you. I love you. The best feeling in the world when you can share that with your clients, with the people that you're working with. It's super, super awesome and such a blessing. And I want that for you. I want you to be able to share that transformation in the way that you want to share it so you can feel all those feelings and get paid well to do it. Can I get an amen? Are you with me? So we got a heart. I already got a heart on there. So to be, let's see, I said here, I wrote, okay, at this point, do you have any questions? So this was my diagram. I hope it was good. I don't know. It was just fun. It was just funny. I don't know. So here's the point, is that when you find your niche, okay, and you know your target audience, your ideal client, and you know how your solution or your transformation can solve their pain or problem, then you can create your formula for success, right? See where I'm going with this? Yeah, okay, I missed a part of there, but that's okay. So your success formula, let's talk about it. So there are actually, there's actually 3 points here as well, but are you ready to find out what the success formula is and how you can adapt it to your transformation and a consistent plan for scaling and growing your business and for getting more enrollments? Because more enrollments is what we want. And also, so you can create the impact and the income goals that you are dreaming about, right? So here we go. So the first one is how you will find and grow your audience that we just discovered back there in your transformation, your enrollments, how you're going to grow your enrollments, and how you're going to do it consistently, right? Consistently. So we don't want to just be one-time wonders. We want to continually grow, continue to make our impact and everything like that. So that's what we're going to talk about real quick. So the formula. So there are actually 4 steps in my formula. It's simple steps to grow your audience and your enrollments. What would that be something that if there were simple 4 steps, and I did everything I could to take them down to 4 steps because there are different ways you could go and everybody tells you all these different things, but really let's keep it simple, right? Y'all know I love simple. Here's the formula that we are using each and every day, okay, to grow and scale and consistently create those enrollments. So number 1, if you're just starting out, if you've only been in business for 1 or 2 years, I would highly recommend just picking one social media platform. Then you should build your email list or your group or whatever your container is for your potential clients. Then you make your offer, which is step 3. And then number 4, you deliver your course or your program. Super, super simple, just 4 simple steps. So happy dance. The first one, pick your platform. So what's super, super cool is that there's many different places that you could be sharing your information for free. And that's what I love about social media is you can create and grow your audience organically on any of the platforms that you choose to do it. You just have to show up and show up consistently. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, whatever it is. You don't have to be on all of them. Just pick one and master it. Show up. And people will expect you to show up. That's what's super awesome. So if you're showing up 3 to 5 times a week on that platform, you're going to begin to master that platform. Your client is going to look forward to your potential client is going to be looking forward to your content. And that's what I love. And a little extra oomph is to go live or live stream at least once a week, if not 3 to 5 times a week as well, 1 to 3 times a week. It depends on how fast you want to grow this audience of people that are following you. And all the while they show up for you as you're going live or you're live streaming, depending on what platform you're on. That's what depends on the term. And then 1 to 3 times a week, for example, the weekly show. And I'm going to talk a little bit here in a second about the other parts that I am working on right now. I'm so excited to announce to you. So anyways, they will show up. They'll show up in your weekly lives, and you show up in your weekly lives, in your posts, in your freebies, and by engaging on their content too, because this isn't really about you. It's really about them. And if you're not engaging with those people that are showing up on a consistent basis for you, you want to create a relationship with them, right? So you're going to get to know them. You're going to learn how you can serve them by showing up on this particular platform every single week. And the cool thing is that once you've mastered the platform, then you can begin repurposing your content. And that's where it really, really gets fun. But you're going to get to know your audience, get to know where they are, what they're doing, what they want. You learn how you can serve them. You can ask questions, and they're going to show up. They're going to listen. Just do it consistently and with purpose. Okay. Share your best content and engage with your audience. Show them what you got to give them. And that's what I love. So, okay. So the next step is to build your email list. So while you're doing all that, you're building your email list as you go. This is it's not just email. It could be in your Facebook group. It could be, which in order to get into one of my Facebook groups, you either have to sign up for one of my programs or share your email. And the reason that we do that, and I'll explain that here in a second, that's how you build your know, like, and trust factor with them. Okay. They want to get to know you. They want to find out if they like you. I've said this before. Some people don't like me. I'm very animated. I laugh. I smile way too big. I use my hands a lot. I'm Italian, East Coast, New Yorker. Hello. But that's how you can connect with them. So you build your email list as you go. So when you're showing up, you let them know that you have something special just for them by sharing their email, for joining their list. And you can share it either inside of an email or a freebie or a Facebook group or even a weekly Q&A Zoom, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, in exchange for their email. So this is how you're going to invite people into your inner circle. You let them get the resources they're looking for to succeed, okay? And you let them know what's in it for them if they join your newsletter or just simply fill out a survey. I love surveys. I have so many surveys. In fact, I have surveys that are geared towards helping you understand what you need to do next for your business. And I love when I give those to my potential clients because their eyes light up, a light bulb goes off. It's super, super fun. You set a goal of how many people you'd like to add each month. This is one of the things that I do. Let me just go through here. You keep them tuned into what you're doing and how you can help them, right? So during this whole time, one of the things I like to do, I like to engage with them in different ways too. So like I'll set a goal of adding 100 new subscribers for the month. And my subscribers know that when I hit that number, someone's going to win a $25 Amazon gift card or something really, really exciting just because I set that number. And thanks to them, I continue to reach my goals every single month. And so appreciation to your list inside of your container, whether it's a Facebook group, an email group, a weekly Zoom, whatever it is. People love that. I love to give it. So it's not that hard, right? Just celebrate with them. That's the funnest part. We need more of that, especially during this time and season, right? So the next step is to make your offer. So you've been sharing with them all the goodness that your solutions have to offer. They've gotten a peek at your transformation and how it will get them where they want to go so desperately every single week. And so they know that you've got the answer to their desperate pain and what did someone say to me just the other day? That it's excruciating trying to figure out how to share their offer to the world. And so you have a solution. So I have a solution. And so I love that I get to do that because I want to take that away from them. We don't want desperation and we don't want excruciating pain either, right? So that's when you invite them to learn about your offer. So you take it offline, you connect with them, you see if they feel the vibe, and if you could make a way to work together on helping them to get the results. And like I do this usually in a Zoom and I connect with them in a private session. Some people may do this, by sending them a webinar or by adding them into a free challenge or a weekly Zoom meetup or sending them directly to their sales or their lead pages. And I love that. A sales page is where they get to get all the information to decide if they want to opt in. And a lead page also does that. It actually gathers people interested in your offer or your program, all that stuff, just super, super fun. So this is how they're going to feel the vibe. And if you could make a way to work together on helping them to get the results. So that's one of the things I love when I get to that point of really connecting outside of all these other, media platforms and things like that, we both get to decide if it's something that works for us. And then you enroll them in your course or your program, right? You find a solution for them. You ask them to work with you inside of your course or your program so they can get fast results, right? Are you still with me? Any questions so far? I love it. Hi, Beck. I wasn't even looking down to see who was on here. Hello. I see your beautiful face. Okay. So the next step, your fourth step, is to deliver your transformation. So I'll tell you, enrollment and delivery, super, super fun. I do love all that other stuff. I love the story, the hero story, the journey of getting to know people and all of that. But once we get to work together, that's when the fun really begins. And I want you to feel that. You can, and I would personally recommend, if you're looking to create a course or anything like that, I recommend that you do a live course first, okay? And then you move on from there. But you're going to deliver a live course, deliver your program. If you already done the live, you can do a digital course. If you're creating an ebook, this is your delivery. This is what you're giving them. A one-to-one program, if you're a coach, or a group coaching program. Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. Maybe you're creating a membership, whatever it is, you're going to do that enrollment and delivery, and you're going to, that delivery, that's where we're at. And you're going to guide them through their transformation, through your transformation that now becomes theirs. So you get to see what works for your clients by doing this, or your customers. You get to see what doesn't. You get to know what to expect, how long it takes them to get through your transformation. Because a couple times I've thought it would take 10 weeks, or I thought it would take 12 weeks, but in reality, it needs 90 days. It needs 3 months. These are the things you learn when you get to the doing, right? So you find out what you're missing, what you should keep, what you should change, if the pricing is right, if you need to lower or raise your prices. Remember, you're working hard and they're getting this miraculous transformation, right? But you find out what you're good at. You find out what you need to delegate elsewhere, all of it. That's what's super fun about the delivery. And I have to take a quick sip of water. Do you love my pink Bubba? That's my oldest's nickname. So we call him Bubba. So we all have Bubba thermoses. Anyways, that was totally off topic. If you have a Bubba thermos, let me know. Give me a 2. Anyways, so like I said before, if this is really only your first run through, or maybe I would say your first through your second or third time even, that you've launched your course, I would start thinking about going digital after that. So that's where the almighty evergreen comes in. And you hear people say that word is when it's on automation and people sign up for your course and it's in a place where they can just get to it all the time. I do a combination. And so it just depends. But either way, by doing this, you're going to have more impact. You're going to grow your income every single time. And it is just exactly what it is that you've been looking for, right? That impact, that income, that experience of sharing your transformation with someone who gets it and takes action and gets the transformation too. I love it. It's the best feeling in the world. So do we have any more questions? Let's see. I think I might have. Then the fun really begins, right? So we've covered a lot tonight. I've covered a lot of things. It's 6:30. I've already been talking for a little while. And so if you have any questions or anything like that, my friends, this is how you create your transformation and your success formula. And if you're just, dropping in and you didn't get a chance to watch from the beginning and you're curious as to how we do that, I would welcome you to watch the replay and find out all the things that we've talked about. And it's just simple. I like simple. So even though I have 2 sections to this training, one is finding your transformation and the other side is creating your formula of success around that transformation, I would answer any questions that you may have. If you have questions, even if you have questions right now, you can drop them below in the live or in the replay, or you can send me a message. Whatever the case, I'm going to check real quick here. Let me just see. And I will be checking back. And of course, if you're on, thank you so much for watching live. I totally appreciate you. Because I want to share something super exciting that's coming up at the end of the month, plus a new freebie that I have for those of you who want more. We've been doing stuff. Okay, so let's just get to the exciting news. It's way more fun. Okay, I don't know why it didn't go through. Let me see something. There it is. Okay, exciting news. It took a minute. Okay, So here's what I'm so excited to share with all of you. We're getting ready to launch our next program in September. Okay. Now I am going to share that with you, but that's not even the exciting part to me. Yes, I love when I launch my programs and I get to work with such amazing people. Right now, there's something else that I want to tell you about, but just to let you know, we are launching our newest program in September. It's a newly revised business accelerator program where you will learn how to create, price, launch, and deliver your course or your program or your ebook, whatever it is that your offer is. And we're going to work together to do that. So I'm super excited about that. But until then, and before the doors open. And if you want to get on the wait list for that, by the way, feel free to just drop a message below or send me a DM. And I also have, I'll put the link inside of this. I'll put it on my page and inside of this event as well, but it's super hot in here. Okay. So before the doors open, if you want the chance to work together on whatever your next project or one that you've had tucked away, or one that never seems to get off the ground, or you're spinning your wheels, if you're someone who's ready to create the impact and the income that you've longed for with your course or your program or your digital products, we are going to do that inside the group. But I'm super excited to announce that we are doing a free challenge at the end of August to cover a lot of that. Pretty much all of it, but we're going to talk about some specific things where you will be part, if you would so desire, of a pop-up Facebook group. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to plan, create, launch your course or your program and do it on a 90-day plan. Okay, y'all. So that's what I love. And oh my gosh. So a little sneak peek before we finish, because we're almost done, of my website. Okay. It's about to drop and y'all know I've been working on it. Oh my gosh. I'm just super excited, but no more waiting to put your genius or your transformation or your solution out there to the world. So here's what we're going to do. Wait, I think I need to click it. What happens when I click it? Okay. That's kind of the first page of my new website. I hope y'all love it. Who loves pink? I love pink. That may change because right now it's very vibrant. But the part I want you to see is the part up here, the part that says free challenge. Okay. And there's a link right inside there to save your seat. But it's basically, it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you've created 572 drafts of your course or your program, which that was so me. It's time to make the impact and income that you've been dreaming of with your online business. No more waiting. This is for course creators, content creators, coaches, service providers, digital creators, but it's going to be a free 5-day challenge where you will work with me and other incredible entrepreneurs to grow and create your masterpiece, right? So I would love for you to be a part of this with us. And I will put the link to that to get on the list for this in the comments below, so don't miss it. And the second thing that I wanted to say, we can take that big head picture off of me, is that I am doing a live webinar. So I will be streaming live inside of my YouTube channel, talking about how to create your master plan of action. I was talking about it all last month, and now we're going to dig in. And so this is actually going to be on Saturday, August 7th at 11 a.m. We're going to be sharing all of that. And when you catch me live, you will get to ask any questions around your business or your offer or your mindset, whatever it is. I will go live to talk about the master plan of action, and then I will be there to answer your questions if you show up live, and I love it. So just go to my YouTube channel, which again, I will put there. I have 2 different channels. One is for my youngest son, and the other one is a brand new channel that I just started. So I'm super excited to get that moving for y'all. And we're going to be Saturday live streaming at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will also be talking to you about a weekly Zoom coaching session that I'm going to be doing every single week for the next 4 weeks for free. You are going to be able to connect with me in a more private way. And I've done this before, and it was super, super fun and super amazing. And it was so great for so many people. So I've been asked to do it again. And so here we are. This is for the next 4 weeks at no cost to you. It starts next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And usually, I do this with people that have been in business for at least a year, because that's really my ideal client, is someone who's been in business for at least a year or more, and they're really trying to grow and scale their business. But I also work with people that are just starting out, and it's one of the funnest things that I love to do. And so These will be on Thursdays at 6 p.m. and specifically for online business owners. And like I said, right now they're open to anyone who is, if you haven't gotten started, like even if you just decided what you're going to do, or you don't know what you're going to do, if you haven't found your niche or your niche or a niche, or you don't know what your transformation is, let's talk. You're invited to join, ask questions, ask away. It's a 30-minute time with a group of people that there may be just one or two of us on there. Sometimes there's 10, sometimes there's 15, you just never know. But I truly, truly want to help you find your path and get on your way to sharing your genius with the world. And so I would say, remember 3 things right now. Well, there's actually 4. One, we're launching our group program in September. 2, you can register for the free 5-day challenge, which is the end of this month in August. 3, please join me Saturday on my YouTube channel at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Send me a message to get the private link. So that'll just make it easier, or I could put it right here inside the event. But that's for the YouTube channel. For the Zoom, however, I really do want you to message me. Message me if that's something you want to be a part of. I'll leave my email actually inside the comments as well, so that you can jump on that Zoom, ask any questions. It's a 30-minute session from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursdays. Super fun, totally laid back. You get to be with me and with other people and just kind of feel the energy of just the real fun that we like to have. And so it's time that you start creating the impact and the income that you've been wanting to create for way too long. Okay. And so hugs and love as we close out here. I want to stop this. Sharing screen. So I'm really and truly wishing you a blessed week. And let's see, I want to escape out of that. Stop share. So thank you so much for jumping on here with me. If you watched it live, I appreciate you. I appreciate your energy. This was really a great experience for me to share all of this with you. I know it was a lot. If you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me and I would be more than happy to connect with you. Plus, remember, we're doing those 2, 3 things that I talked about before. But mostly I just want to say to you that you have access here to me in the Facebook business page, here my page, but also in a weekly Zoom now and on the webinar. So fingers crossed. And I will be dropping my website soon. But I think the point I was trying to get at, because I feel a little vibe going on here. So I want to just say this to you. If you're watching this live, or you're watching the replay, I have to say this again. I say it all the time, and there's a reason for it. To remember that you are free to be the change that you want to see inside of yourself and in the world. And so it is time to make your move. It's time to shine your light. It's time to share your offer to the world, or reshare it again, whatever it is that you want to do. And I am here to cheer you on. So thanks so much for joining tonight. I wish you a happy Wednesday, and I will see you hopefully on Saturday, hopefully next week. You can find me in one of those places, and I would love to connect with you again. So have a great night. Mwah! Many blessings for the rest of this week. I have no idea. Oh, here we go. Thanks y'all for dealing with me too. I know we have fun. This is always fun. All right. So I'll catch you on the flip side.